It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from GastHaus GoseBrauerei in Bayerischer Bahnhof, Leipzig in Germany, and it's the Berliner style Weisse beer, product of Germany ale. Now the reason why it's got product of Germany is that it's got the Surgeons General, the American laws that they have to put on the back of the bottles here. So it's obviously a beer that's been brewed for the American market, a German style Berliner Weisse, but brewed for the Americans. It's 3% ABV, so a nice low one. It's a silver bottle cap. Now the reason why I got this, how I got this, is I was in, a bit of smoke, I was in Ferrara in Italy, found a bottle shop and found this. Not heard of it, not seen any of their beers before, so I thought to myself, why not, let's get in, let's give it a try. So, beer in a glass. As you can probably hear or see, that head is dissipating quite quickly. At the moment we have a 2-finger white head, but I can imagine that's going to be gone anytime soon. It's a slightly cloudy beer, as you would expect from a German style beer. There's a little bit of carbonation rising from the middle of the glass. It's a very, very kind of straw coloured, light looking beer. Let's get the aroma. Wow, but what it kind of does to you is shock you, because you look at the ABV, 3%. I know it's a Berliner Weisse. I had my doubts about this one, if I'm honest, because it was brewed for the American market. I didn't know if it was a big brewery behind this, but sticking my nose in, wow, it's full on aroma for a 3% beer that looks so light. The aroma is fantastic. It's a little salty, it's a little tart. It smells very fruity. A little bit of kind of, it's a candied fruit. It smells almost like a Belgian beer. It smells like it's going to hold its own. Let's dive in, give it a taste. Cheers. Wow. Wow. That is really good. Up front, it's like getting one of them sour sweets, sticking it on your tongue, and it almost kind of makes your eye twitch a little bit. And you think this is absolutely full on. It's fizzing on the tongue, carbonated. It's like a sherbet bomb, especially sour. But then the drinkability kicks in the middle, and then on the back end is absolutely chock full of like a bready, biscuity, malty finish. It's got such a big malty backbone to this beer. But the key to this beer is the carbonation and the sourness combined to shock you. I know the style Berliner Weisse, but you just can't help but see that 3% ABV and think to yourself, this might be a bit of a, this might kind of just go out with a bit of a whimper, but boy, where it's low on the ABV, doesn't it make up on absolute kind of shock factor drinkability, flavour, pardon me, flavour. I think I would have liked, I could tell that head, it was a great big 3 to 4 finger head. It quickly dissipated down to 2 and now it's gone. I would have liked the head to have stayed a little bit, to have give it a little bit of lacing on the glass. But then I suppose when you look at the style, there's not many kind of Berliner Weisses that do that. Well, not that I'm aware of anyway. It's really good, it's really tasty. If you see it, buy it. You're more than likely to find it either in, well, there's 3 countries really. You're either going to find it in Italy, where I found it. You're either going to find it in America, where you've got that Surgeon General stuff going on the back of the label. Or of course you're going to find it in Bayerischer in Bahnhof, Leipzig, Germany. You'll find it, but it's worth buying. If you see it, buy it. It's very enjoyable. Rating then for the Berliner Weiss style beer. Wow, it's sharp. It really is sharp and sour. It's full on. I like it. It's one of them beers that you, or me as a beer person, what I would do would be to have a half of it. It would be one of them beers to liven you up, get you ready for your night out. I'd have a half and then I would drink something else. So I don't think it's a beer that I would drink 3 or 4 pints of if I was in a pub. But then there's so much choice these days with beer anyway. There's so many different styles of beer and so many different bars with different tap handles that you don't really want to stay on the same beer 3 or 4 pints in a row. You want to kind of mix it up and change it up. So you could try this as a style, then you could move on to pale ale, you could move on to IPA, you could go back to stout. But you could do barley wines. There's so many different choices. So if this was on a tap house or in a tap house and there was a few taps, it would hold its own. If you had a half, it would be one of them beers that you woke up in the morning and you remembered it. And that's always important because there are some forgettable beers. So rating them for the Berliner Weiss style beer, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I understand the style. I get it. I would just want a half of it though. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews and cheers.